tiny pin of foreshadowing, don't you think? But now we jump on to one of my favorite stages as Team Sonic and hold to some of my favorite things in Sonic Heroes. Frog Forest. This level is pretty big and expansive compared to Rail Canyon, where you pretty much had to go on one set path. In fact, this whole level, because of how big it is, there are plenty of shortcuts, most of which involve fly formation. In fact, let's go up here. I have never been able to make that balloon, even with fly formation, so I'm guessing you need to go a little bit faster or something. But you can take this inside route, head over here, and actually I'm starting to think it was a lot better to just take the Ivy. But so I might have botched up the early attempt at a shortcut, but later on you can. That was a lot slow down there. Heroes, why are you glitching out now?
Did you guys hear a croak? Let's go! Hey, I think that's
actually we get target rings, so alright, with target rings, all you need to do is hit them with Thundershoot and you get whatever's inside, usually a reward or pull for to ride up on.
Got it. Here we go.
I might not be saying much, but I just kind of like this theme a lot, so that's why I'm kind of just trying to listen to it. In fact, actually with the way the recording's set up, I can't really hear this game at all, so I'm a little jealous. Oh no, it's not Frog Forest, it's the next stage where fly formation really shines. But you can take a couple of paths with fly formation. Like you can just. Did I really cut off my path with Thundershoot?
Leave it to me. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, let's try that again. You can normally get this path if you just went straight down, but there's an extra goodie if you decide to take the fly formation route.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Now we have flower goodness.
Hey, this is sweet.
Two main routes in choice. I prefer to jump off and ride the Ivy. Usually a tiny bit faster, and it also leads into this. Where's the rail? Where's the rail? Oh. Had I not moved, I could have landed the rail.
Leave it to me.
I am a lot more risky in this game than I am with other Sonic games.
Let's go.
I tell myself it's because I think I can get away with it, since I have team formation and everything.
Sweet. Who'd ever think this thing could float in the
If you choose to go inside, you can get a safer route and get like a power core for speed or fly formation. Alright, let's play it a little safe. Head off here, because this rail will actually take you straight to where you need to go. And this is the act that I'm thinking of.
I'll take care of them.
There's a main route and an optional route that leads to a lot of goodies. You need this frog, and you're going to need to be in fly formation to access the rest of it.
Let's go. Let's go.
Basically, hit a fly formation, hit the ring targets
All right.
to get some more extra goodies along with a free team blast. And if you go on this frog, you'll open up a new pass. Only take this path if you're in fly formation, and from what I've seen, you can't make this path up if you fall off.
There's that flower again.
Should we use it to fly again? What a sight! We have jungle mushrooms on my island too, but not this huge.
A little callback to the classic games as well as what Knuckles' previous role was before we got to what the main series have.
Leave it to me.
Is this the last game to mention the fact that Knuckles is Guardian of the Master Emerald? Because that kind of stopped being a thing after 06. Oh man, power course up to the Kazoo. There's another frog up there. Let's ask him the ring to see where he takes us. And we will see another alternate path. Well, we're back on the main path right now, but we'll see another optional path real soon as long as you talk to the frog. In fact, this is it! These routes will not appear if you don't talk to that frog earlier. And let's go ahead and nuke this path, because we should be next to another frog. I really like this stage and the next stage that we're going into because of how much options you have. Like, there is nothing wrong with going to the bottom path, because you get the same destination anyway. This path just takes you to where you need to go. I like it so because if you keep talking to the frogs, you get a free trip to the goal ring.
Yes!
And not have to deal with as many enemies as much as you possibly can.
That was tough!
Awesome. Kinda thought I screwed myself out of the errand because I botched my first attempt, but glad to say I did it. Alright, here we go, Lost Jungle. Or as I like to call it, Fly Formation the level. You will see why real quick.
You sure it's safe around here?
Just like in the last stage, this level has a main path that you can take and a different path you
Leave
can
it to
take.
me, Sonic.
You don't have to fight that egg golem that you saw earlier. Cause again, so many optional paths that you just don't have to deal with it. Alright, take this branch, hit a fly formation, hit the ring target so it doesn't get in your way, and normally you would have to see that black frog which seals this path, but in fly formation you can just ride up here and completely skip a good chunk of the level. Fly formation is so good in this level considering how much paths you can take. Speed formation for just getting through the ground parts quicker, and fly formation when you want to explore. If you can time yourself just right, you can go through a good chunk of this level without ever having to deal with the black frog. Except for that last few segments. But other than that, you don't have to worry about following through, go different routes,
Let's head up there.
and stuff like that. And as far as I know, those routes that are there, I can't think of a shortcut you can take.
Got it.
But I could be wrong, and there's some way you can just jump up there as long as you don't talk to that black frog.
We're not going there, are
More
we?
fruits to bounce off of as makeshift platforms. You can also hit them up in fly formation where you can fly as long as you just jump into them, not fly into them. Fly formation level 3.
Really steep here.
Should be safe if you stick to fly formation. And I'm gonna take out this egg golem because there's a frog right here. And you know how I like the green frogs and they give me an alternate path. Or at the very least, the rain at least it looks nice when it rains.
Leave it to me.
Oh man. See that black frog? I'm not dealing with you. It's actually not that bad of a thing because the fruit can take out the enemies, but I want to see how far I can go without ever talking to a black frog. Jump up here.
Leave it to me.
And darn it, I was hoping that he didn't see me. Doesn't change much other than the fact that you miss out a couple of rings here, and you have to take this route that I'm already on. There's your key back there, see if you can get any luck, and can I just honestly go here? I totally can.
Got it. They never give up.
I never knew you could just literally just jump over there and skip the rest of skip the entire section entirely.
That was close.
That was one heck of a battle.
No problem. Piece of cake.
Alright, here's our green frog, and we're once again presented with a choice. Wait for the platforms to show up, hit fly formation, and that something should spawn fruit or platform. Don't get why it's not. Alright, there we go. As long as we don't get... I think we can make that with... Now I'm gonna stick with only attack. Okay, good, I barely made that. Here you have a big path. Stay on the top route, you get yourself goodies, and you can go through it a tiny bit faster. Kinda like how in the classic games. And you get even a free team bus. Alright, here we go. This section with the flower kind of bugs me in two ways. If you jump off, you get a chance for a key, and then you can ride that vine to get out of here. 9 times out of 10, you overshoot the vine, so... I am not sure if you want to risk it that way. And I prefer just taking that key. You get another shot at the key, and I believe this is a Team Chaotic exclusive pass because I haven't found a way to open that. You get a choice on where you want to go. Right formation is easier with platforms. The left path is harder because you have to rely on the fruit, and you're not always 100% sure where the path leads. So I tend to just stick with the right path. Alright, grinding. Get rid of those enemies to free the next frog. Honestly, Lost Jungle, apart from that early shortcuts you can take, it's not really that bad. In fact, we're almost done with this level. Just need to go through a couple of paths. Then shoot this path. Climb up this path and... I was hoping I didn't run into you. Lost Jungle is essentially, can you climb this path and can you do it without getting detected? And now we're approaching the end of the stage where it gets a little hectic and I almost jumped off to my death. Like I'm about to do right here. Okay, good, never mind, I see ground. Jump through some frogs, climb up the rail, and now it becomes a slight race featuring this giant alligator. As long as you just jump as soon as you possibly can, you should be fine. The alligator should not be able to catch you, and you should be able to breeze through without any problems. I really wish when I first played this game, I learned that sooner, because this formation got me stuck on a week. Just like that, we are done. We have our frogs to keep us in the rain, and we are done. Much smoother run than I did the last time, or the last few times I did this level. Apart from a few hiccups. And I think we're A? We're either A or B. Yep, we're A, awesome. And now we hit up the special stage for Act 5. I can't remember if this was one I got in before or not, but regardless, I'm gonna go for it anyway. Special stage Act 5. Yeah, I totally got this before once. The power cores are once again split up and... Oh wow, did I just get hit twice? Power cores are mainly split up, so you don't always have a choice between where you want to go. And same strategy as before, usually wait till I build up level 3 before I start gunning after the Chaos Emerald. And now they start splitting up a little, so they want you to be in power formation. You should just stick it on speed because I have a much easier time with speed than in power. I will switch to fly to get those. Alright, level 3, let's try gunning it. Oh man, I am eating my words. There's not much to say about this level other than the fact that... Oh wait, this section. From here on out, the boss starts being linear, so if you just stay out of the way, or I can just run on this, or I can just run on the wall, that works too. A little clunky. Alright, come on. We're almost there. We're pretty close to the emerald and oh, thank goodness! We just might be able to get it because of this end. Awesome. I shouldn't have really gone after how sloppy that was, but I will gladly take it. Oh man. Did not mean to drop my controller all of a sudden.
Look, it's that hedgehog.
Wonder what the big rush is all about. Each of those guys will end up getting in my way and making trouble.
Hey, isn't that...
Sonic!
Talk about being stubborn and full of surprises.
Long time no see, boys. Too bad you had to come all this way for nothing. We'll take it from here.
What'd you say?
Sensors locked on Eggman. Non-compliant intruders will be destroyed.
Didn't you know? We have a date with Eggman, too.
Is that so? Well then, it'll be a date to die for.
Hey, that's my line.
I never would picture Sonic saying that line of all particular things. But regardless, we once again have a team battle going on between Team Dark.
What was with that hedgehog that looked
And just like any team battle, I can sum the strategy up like this. Blue Tornado. And, oh wow, actually. That's doing a pretty good job holding their own.
One less reporter.
As soon as I say that.
Throw you all.
Blue Tornado.
Hey, guys,
If only,
chill out.
if you weren't so good, these guys, my team battles would have become so different. You know what? Let's take a break.